Hello, welcome back, Stitchers. I have another video for you. My name is Catherine, and this is my channel, Arabella Pumpkin Stitches. And before we start, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who watched my first video, liked, commented, subscribed. I have been blown away. Um, the fact that we're like, oh my gosh, nearly 3,000 views, I think, on that first video now in the space of a couple of weeks. I said to my mum, I said, if I get 100 views, I'll take that as a win. So the fact that I've got like nearly 3,000 views, and I'm pretty sure they are not all my little boy, who was very, very surprised to see that his mummy was on YouTube. He was like, Mummy, how have you got on YouTube? Bless his heart. So yes, thank you very much. If you did watch the first video and you subscribed, that means the world. And if you've come back for another video, welcome back. When I did my first video a couple of weeks ago, one of the things that was asked for a few times by a few different people, Stitching with Charlie, I'm blaming you, because I know you definitely asked for this, was could we have a look at some of my other finishes? So, I have a very big box. A very big box here filled with projects that I have finished, but they are not fully finished as yet. So I thought we would go through those and I would give you a bit of a tour through my cross-stitching past, as it were. And then my plan is to do kind of a normal Flosstube next weekend, because my husband and my son are out on a scout camp for the whole of the bank holiday weekend. So I'm going to have a lot of time to myself to film and do other things as well, and hopefully do some stitching. So here we go then. So I don't know if I mentioned in my first video that I used to cross stitch a lot as a child, probably from about the age of 10 into my teenage years, and then kind of in my early 20s I stopped. I had years where I didn't stitch at all, but then when I decided to come back to it, one of the companies that I sort of spotted and I think saw on Facebook or something like that was Bothy threads, and they got me really back into stitching. And the first couple of pieces are from them. They aren't the first ones I stitched. With them, I think they're further down in the pile actually, which is a bit of a shame that they're still sitting in a box, but can't frame everything, I suppose. But one of the things that Bothy do is their partnership with Rendale Designs, and they do these beautiful. I mean, Hannah Dale, who is the sort of creative force behind Rendale Designs, beautiful, beautiful things that she creates. So I've got a couple of Rendales to show you first of all. And the first one, I love this one, and I really should be getting it framed. I'm pretty sure I've got a frame for it upstairs, but I haven't done it. Is this beautiful peacock. And I can't remember the name of it. Oh gosh, look at all these hanging threads. Let's get rid of those. So yes, beautiful peacock, and apologies, a little bit creased. But this is the Rendale peacock. It's got something like a some sort of very majestic name for it really, but I can't remember what it is. So this is stitched on, it's just from the kit. So obviously Bothy 10, they do kits, that's what they do. And this is a 14 count kind of speckled. Can you see it's got like a speckle to the Ada, which is one of the things that is unique to Rendale Designs, that sort of paint spatter that they have in the background. This I stitched very, very quickly. I remember taking, I think it was about 2019. I took it on holiday to Disney World, which actually ties in with my t-shirt today. When I went with my husband and our friend, and I remember stitching it on the plane. I remember stitching it in the airport going back, because a very lovely lady stopped and said, "Oh my goodness, what are you doing?" Apologies for my American accent there, that was really bad. Yeah, so she was interested in what I was doing, because she'd not really seen people cross stitch before. So yeah, this was quite a quick stitch. Obviously lots of blue, but yeah, it really does need to be in a frame, that one. I have got a couple of Rendales up just literally over that side wall in my hallway, so maybe I should add to them with that one, and also with this one, although this one is a little bit festive. So this is, I think it was called like Two Foxes or something like that. This was another Rendale kit from Bothy Threads. Again, same 14 count Ada, still the sort of speckled behind. I have got a feeling that this has been retired now. I think I saw at the end of the year or beginning of this year that this has been retired, which is a shame because it's got two beautiful little fox cubs on it with their holly and berry leaves. Yeah, so beautiful. And again, I've got a frame for this upstairs. I just need to get around to doing it. I think with framing, I kind of have a bit of a burst. I sort of frame 3 or 4 things in an afternoon, and then I don't do it for months on end. So yeah, that's that one. Even if I got this frame, so it could just go up in December, you know, something like that, or maybe could get away with it being January as well. But yeah, again, I think that was stitching that one fairly quickly as well. But obviously this was all done before I had my son, and kids do take up a lot more of your time, don't they? Actually, I'm just going to look for the next one I wanted to talk about, which is a little bit out of order. Here we go. So yeah, so I got back into stitching kind of in my mid-20s, and it went from there. Mainly did Bothy threads kits, and there's more Bothy threads kits to come. And then I discovered caterpillar cross stitch, and oh gosh, well, the rest is history really, because a lot of these that you're going to see today are caterpillar kits. Oh, apologies for the rustling there. But this was the first one of theirs that I saw, and it kind of ties in nicely with the foxes that we just saw, because it is another Christmas piece. So this was one of their first kind of Christmas sales that they did, which is called Deck the Halls. That's it, that's what it's called. But it's got all the things that you want to do at Christmas, like hang your stocking and bake gingerbread and wrap your presents, although wrapping presents is probably the bit of Christmas that I really don't like. I find it really boring. I'm not very good at it. I think that's the thing. I just sort of whack the paper around and who cares. But yeah, I remember stitching this, and I remember feeling like, oh, this is a bit different, because this was the first time I'd come across a company that did colour charts. Bothy are very much a black and white chart company, and I think the ones I'd had before, like the little sort of heritagey kits that I used to get from National Trust property shops when I was sort of 11 and 12, were always a black and white pattern. So it was quite a novelty really to see a colour pattern. And I stitched this one, I think early 2022. My little boy was definitely around, and I remember stitching it a lot in his playroom. Sort of, we have like a bit of a sitting room at the back, which is his playroom, and I used to sit there and stitch a bit while he was sort of milling around on the floor and playing. But yeah, again, another one that really should be framed, or I might do a wall hanging for it or something like that. But yeah, obviously this is such a bright design, and then I was sold then, and my love for caterpillar cross stitch kits has continued. Oh, this one's a biggie. Aha! Now this one, sorry, do all the rustling now. Get it out of the way. Get out of the way. Oh my gosh, this one has been opened and closed. This one it was a finish, but I think it might need adjusting or amending, and you will, as soon as I tell you why, you will know why. This one was a real labour of love. Another one that was started on a long haul flight to Florida, I think maybe 2018, something like that. It was a finish because I finished it in 2022, something like that. But it is not a finish now because it is now out of date. So this is the Pete Smith Kings and Queens sampler. Can I get them all on? Can I get all these monarchs on? I don't know. There we go. I think I can. Again, love this. Completely did not get the memo as to how big it was going to be, because as I say, I started stitching it on the plane. I think I was stitching Charles II, yeah, right in the middle there with his tennis racket or whatever it is. Yeah, it was massive. I was like, you know, drowning under a duvet of fabric in my tiny seat on the plane. So yeah, in 2021 or 2022, whenever I did it, it was finished, because at that point, Elizabeth II was our queen. So I've got a bit of a quandary now. Like, do I just leave it as it is, or do I unpick this bit, which I could do, and add in Charles III just to keep it up to date. I don't know, it would be nice, and actually it would kind of finish that line off completely, and then I will get this one framed, and I think this is definitely going to be one for a professional framer. I have a lot of these. I have a couple that I haven't started yet. My sister got me the William Shakespeare one, and I think she also got me the one of the Brontes, but I have got a little sneaky full finish in to show you that's the same, because I have actually got one of these professionally framed, and it came back a couple of weeks ago from the lovely Lisa at Atelier Frames, who has done a cracking job with this. So I thought I'll sneak this in. This is the same Pete Smith. Oh, let's just try and not get a glare. There we go. This is the Jane Austen sampler, whatever you want to call it. I'm not really a sampler stitcher, but I suppose it is a bit of a sampler, really, of all the wonderful characters from her books. I think I mentioned on my first video when I was talking about Stitcher's Book Club that I'm a huge Jane Austen fan. Massive. She's brilliant. I love all her books. I've watched every film and miniseries I think there could be of stuff that has been written or produced from Jane Austen's work. So yeah, so Lisa has done a beautiful, beautiful job with this. And I think actually this one probably was stitched after my Kings and Queens one. It just was quicker because it was not as big. But yeah, when I went to pick this up, because Lisa doesn't live a million miles away from where I live. Oh, I was just blown away by her craft, and I have to say she was lovely. She's such a lovely person, because I'd been over to drop it off a couple of weeks previously, and I'd taken my little boy, my James, with me, and he's a bit of a chatterbox. He loves talking to people, and he was charming Lisa and saying, "Oh, I'm going to do some framing. I'm going to do some framing." So when I went to pick up that piece a couple of weeks later, she gave me a big box of mounts and a frame and all this stuff. And she went, "Oh, your little boy was talking about framing stuff." And I thought, he can have all of these offcuts and things that I haven't used, and he can draw on them and colour on them and do whatever he wanted. And that was so lovely. I was really, really chuffed. And it was just, yeah, it was really nice of Lisa to think of us in that way. And James has loved that he's got a frame now that he can paint or do whatever with. Right, so after that little interlude, so I did a few caterpillar kits, and we're back with caterpillar now, because I then decided, oh, well, they do these things called stitch alongs. Never heard of a stitch along before. I had bought stuff from Caterpillar. Oh, let's just get the rustling done. And I thought, oh well, how hard can it be? Give it a go. So my first what was it called? There we go. My first sal was their Stitching to Christmas, which I think might have been 2023, the 2023 Christmas sal. And it's like an advent calendar design. I went for the 14 count kit, which is probably a good thing, because this was the first time I had ever stitched on fabric that wasn't white. And navy fabric is a beast, as I discovered. Again, love this. Probably should be a wall hanging or in a frame or something for Christmas. It's gorgeous. I know a lot of people who have bought this kit subsequently, and I think this is a really good idea. And they kind of stitched all the windows, and then each day of December they filled in the first one. So like when it's where are we? So like the first one, the 1st of December, they've done like the polar. Oh, that's the 18th. Oh, where's the first? Oh, there we go. The little like figgy pudding, there it is. And they've kind of stitched one each day, which I think is a really nice idea. But obviously I did this as a mystery stitch along in kind of, I think, 4 or 6 parts. And I think I did keep up with it, actually, although I'm looking at the back of this thinking, wow, it's a bit messy, but it will do. So that's a really nice one, and it's still available on their website as a kit or as a pattern, whatever you want to do. The Aviator is a bit brutal, so I'm just going to move my hair out of the way. What else have we got? I want a lot of caterpillar stuff now. Oh yeah, let's do this one. Right, rustling. Okay. Another one that really took my attention when I started stitching on the caterpillar projects was their Adventure Awaits, which had been a sal previously, but it was already fully done by the time I did it, which is like their world map. I love this. I know exactly what I want to do with this. I just need to get the confidence up to do it. I want to make this into a cushion. I've even got a tab open on my phone of what backing fabric I would like to use for this. I just haven't got around to ordering it. And I think at the time that I stitched it, I wasn't very confident with knowing what to do to convert it into a cushion. I'm a little bit better now. I've done a few cushion and sort of pillow finishes. But yeah, and this has then opened up another kind of pathway of map projects, which I'll show you the other ones in a minute. So yeah, beautiful. It's on like I think it's like a blue Ada, but it's showing up quite white on camera, but it is a sort of off blue, like sort of like the sea colour, but a very light pale sea. Yeah, I just love this, love it. All the different landmarks. And then this did kind of spark off with Caterpillar, them doing other sals for other maps. And the second one was this one. Yes, I've got it in the right box. So this is, of course, this is very creased, apologies. This is their British Isles map. And I know you'll say, oh, Catherine, I watched your first video and you did, you're doing a British Isles map anyway. And I was like, yeah, I know, I just like maps. So this is a more simple kind of outlined one, but it's the same sort of idea. Oh gosh, that is creased, sorry. But yeah, British Isles map with all the different symbols. Very, very pleased to see, although it is a little bit more into maybe into Norfolk or Suffolk than I would like. We've got Robin Hood's bow there. I live in Robin Hood country, so really nice to see lovely Sherwood Forest represented. So there's a little bit more about me and where I am. So and it's got the Angel of the North on it. So my little boy is very, very happy that the Angel of the North is on it because that's one of his favourites. But yes, lovely, lovely map. And again, I think I did keep up with that sal and did it. And it's another one that I'm going to convert into a cushion. Again, I need to think about some backing fabric for it, but we shall see. And then final map one that I've done, we've got all the maps together, is the North America. It is North America. Yes, North American Adventure. Actually, this is looking really, the fabric's looking really blue, but there we go. There's there it is. Again, a bit creased, sorry, but there's my USA, Canada, and a little bit of kind of Central America, Mexico, and the like on the map. I haven't changed it. I know a lot of on any of these, I haven't changed any of the symbols. I know some people have kind of adapted them and whatnot, and I was very, very tempted to try and see if I could squeeze a little where are we, a little castle down there for Florida, but we have got the nice space shuttle for Kennedy Space Center. So yeah, so those are the 3 maps that I have done of theirs so far. As those of you that watched my first video, you'll know that I have got the Australasia one, sorry, there's New Zealand as well, one in progress, but progress is quite slow on that one. So those are my maps. Oh my goodness, what else have we got? Gosh, there's so much in here. I don't know whether I'm going to actually get through all of these today. Oh, here we go. This is an early Bothy threads kit. This is probably the first one I did. There we go. Sorry. I have done this video a bit off the cuff, can you tell? I was just like, oh, got the house to myself. Quick, do a video. So this is called, oh, excuse me, Deck Chair Fun. So Bothy have a hell of a series of these. I think I've got another one in here somewhere, which I'll try and find and pull out. I don't know. I'm sure I've got another one. Maybe it is just this one. Now, this was my first foray into variegated threads. I didn't really know much about variegated threads. So my C, I don't think it shows up on camera, but my C is not fantastic on this because I'd gone like down and across, and I think I noticed it maybe more than other people, but I love this. I feel like this would be a really nice one to kind of put up in my bathroom or something like that. Because I don't have a beach hut or anything I can put it in, but I do love nautical stuff. we like being at the seaside and things. My son loves being at the beach and digging and building and running in and out of the water. So yeah, this was, I think, the first one I did, Bothy. It's on like a blue kind of 14 count. I was strictly a 14 count girl when I got back into stitching. I think I did end up ordering, before I got onto Bothy, I ordered some dimensions kits, and some of them are dimensions gold, which those of you that know, they're pretty in depth. And I just cracked on and started stitching it, not realizing that like most of it needed to be intense stitch and stuff. So there's a few kits upstairs that I kind of got halfway through and realized I made a mistake, and it is what it is. It is what it is. Right, what have we got now? Now, I should have said, I know there's a lot of Caterpillar stuff here, but what I'm going to look at now is a few of the subscription boxes that I have done with them, because these, again, I got on the subscription box train and didn't really get off. So I'll show you a few of these now. They're nice and quick to have a look at. And I think quite a lot of these are available on my website still. So this one was fairly recent. I did this about this time last year, actually, because I remember taking it on the train when I went to my friend's hen do, and it was March last year. So this is Seasons to Smile. It's on like a grey 14 count. It's all the different kind of things at times of the years, like a little Christmas tree and little spring April showers and a chicken and a snorkel and an ice cream. So this is Caterpillar cross stitch, but it's actually designed by Molly Johansson, who is really good at doing these like sort of whimsical, cartoony, kind of a little bit almost sort of Japanesey style projects. I'll try and bring it a little bit nearer, because I think the grey fabric, I sort of wish I'd done it on a different fabric in a way. The grey is quite strong, and it does pick up quite strongly on camera. You can't really see the blue, but there's a lot of blue in there for like waves and things, and it does look, you can see it better in person than you can on the camera. So that's that one. And again, I'm pretty sure that most, if not all, of these ones that I'm going to show you are on their website, and they're just nice just to bung in a hoop. Quite a lot of these I'm going to pop in hoops and stick on my little boy's playroom wall, because that's having a bit of a zhuzh up next weekend while he is at Scout Camp. Another one, this was another sub box. This is Ocean Wonders, again Caterpillar cross stitch, but I think it's a Sally Payne. It's a Sally Payne one. Again, this is absolutely perfect for a young person's room or whatnot, or if you just like ocean stuff. Now this is on kind of a sort of bluey greeny, pale bluey greeny Ada, but it's showing up white. But yeah, this is really nice. This might be one of the first ones I got, I think, as a sub box from them. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love this whale. I love the kind of the colour, the sort of colourful dot design. I'll try and bring that down on the back. That would be lovely as like a bigger one. I think Emma Condon's got in one of her books, her nature book, I think she's got like a lovely whale. So maybe I'll have to look at doing that. And then what else have we got? There's a sub box. Let's see. This was either a sub box or it was for a stitching social. And I do love a Caterpillar stitching social, I have to say. I think it's kind of a bit of a dip your toe in the water if you're not sure about going to a retreat or something like that. But they did, as part of their sort of repertoire of stitching socials, a few different little sort of houses or shops. And I was well invested with the shops ones. And this is one of them. So this is Little Bud's Florist, little flower shop. It's on a pink Ada. In case that's not showing up very well. But yeah, I like this. I've got the ones, I've got the bakery, I've got the Christmas toy shop. They're both fully finished. And there's probably another one somewhere which we will come to in due course. But that's definitely available on their website. Let me just see if I've got any of the other ones. Apologies for the rustling. Maybe not. No. No, I haven't. But in a kind of segue, this was also a sub box. And this, I again just need to get it framed, and this is going to go in my like porch or hallway when it is done. So this is Home is Where the Heart Lives. I like a typography piece. I'm just going to see if I can find out who made this one. It is a lady called Kenzie Elston. So she is Snippets of Whimsy on social media. I love it. I love it. It's really nice. I did wonder if it was an Emma Condon, but it's not. Now, Lindsay at Stitching Magic 111 has this, or she used to have this up in the background of her when she was filming her Flosstubes. And yeah, it's sort of making me think every time I saw it, I think, oh, I've got that and I've stitched it. And it would just be really nice to go in our porch, I think. And it's not very big, so I'm sure I can find a frame for that one. Yeah, lovely colours, lovely and fresh. You know, I love my colours. I've said it many times before. That one. And then I think we're probably a few more sub boxes to do. The other series of kind of boxes for sub boxes or kits or stitching socials were like the Peaks collection. I think these were designed by Sally at Caterpillar herself. And the first one they did was Forest Peaks. Oh, see the nerd marks really clearly there, sorry. This was another one I think I remember stitching in Florida. These sub boxes are really, really good for just if you're traveling and you want a little project. And I used to do quite well with stitching on planes and things, but then when my little boy came along, you know, when you've got, Mummy, can you do this? For 9 hours, you don't get as much stitching done as you did before. So yes, that's Forest Peak. I like this one. This one is going to be going up on the wall in my little boy's playroom. Along with, oh no, I don't think that was the first one. I think this was the first one. This is Wandering Peaks. I think this in Florida as well. But they've also got Coastal Peaks and I can't remember the fourth one. Anyways, but this is Wandering Peaks. I feel like these have got a bit of a kind of like pigeon coop feel to them, and I do love pigeon coop designs as well. I did my first one of Max's designs this year, and again stitched it really, really quickly. It's gone away now because it was a kind of wintry pattern, but maybe at the end of the year I should do things I have finished in 2026 video. If you're not bored of me by then. Have I got any more of those Peaks ones? Let's have a little look. Who are you? No. Oh, right. I think these are my last sub boxes. Let's have a look at these. This one, this was definitely stitched in 2024. This is Oh So Crafty, and I think this is a, oh my goodness. This is a Tiny Modernist one, I think. Yes, it is. So this was designed by Cheryl McKinnon of Tiny Modernist, who I absolutely love. I haven't stitched many of her patterns yet, but I have got a lot. And the Song of the Seasons that I'm doing at the moment, which is another Caterpillar, is actually a Tiny Modernist. Love this. All the things that we love, all our crafts, our painting, our sewing, our knitting, all that lovely, lovely stuff. Yeah, really like this. Really, really like this. I could really do with a needle minder of this artist's palette for something that I'm wanting to start soon. This week, I think I will start it this week, so you might see it on my next video. But yeah, lovely. And I think as and when my kind of new work/craft room is ready, God knows when that'll be, this is going to go on the wall in there. And then what else have we got? Ah, this is another Molly Johansson one, I think. And this is part of their kind of series of things that go on shelves. I have got another one I have to do that's the same. Is this Molly Johansson or is it just Caterpillar? It is a Molly Johansson one. This is One More Chapter. Again, another one that I'm pretty sure I stitched on holiday in Florida a few years ago, a couple of years ago maybe. But yeah, this is just lovely, lovely bookshelves with books and plants and bookends and globes. I remember on this one going wrong somewhere, I think up here or here with these books, miscounting and then going way along, not really knowing I've miscounted, and then I had to come back and unfrog a lot of it, which was a bit of a pain. But again, another one that I think would be nice to go either in my work / craft room or in my little boy's playroom. Maybe in his like little book nook would be good. Ooh, this one was a bit different. Now, this one is a Barbara Anna. I love Barbara Anna. Again, this is the only one of hers that I have stitched. And when it came out, I didn't get it as a subscription box because I think I just got maybe too much other stuff on at the time. So this is Perfect Posy. I got it afterwards. And it's just a little, I just love all the flowers on it. Now, again, another reason I didn't get it is it's a cat. Cat at the bottom. I'm not as much of a cat person as I am a dog person. If it had been a dog, I'd have been straight there, but no, it's a cat. So yeah, that's that nice. But it is pretty. I do love Barbara Anna. I'm really glad that they did do a collaboration together. And I have got Barbara Anna's Seasons Girls that she brought out last year. I have got them to stitch. I bought them all when she was releasing them. And then what we got here? This is Hamish. This is Hamish, the Highland Cow. Again, I think this was a social, and there's a pony one as well, but I've got that, but I haven't actually done it, and I don't know whether I ever will. But this is Hamish, the Highland Cow. So this is like a green Ada that this is stitched on. Now, the original pattern was that he would have yellow flowers, but I kind of felt that I wanted to change that, and I've changed it to a purple. It's the first time that I'd ever gone off piste with a stitching pattern. I've always been very much a rule follower, and would just say, "Oh, I'm just going to follow the rules. I'm just going to stitch what's there." But yellow is not really me. And I thought the purple would be nice, a bit like sort of like the heather, that sort of colour, heather purple. And this is nice. But again, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Might be another one for my little boy's playroom wall. My sister's mum-in-law is a big Highland Cow fan, so maybe give it to her at some point. And then I think I've literally got one more. This was another sub box. It's another Molly Johansson, and then we're out of the sub boxes and into kind of some bigger projects to finish. So this is Happy Haunting. It's a Halloween one. Little ghost house, really nice. So yeah, pretty. Just another one that needs to go in a hoop. It's on like it's a 14 count, definitely. All the sub boxes are kind of bluey grey Ada. That's that one. Lots of little pumpkins, little cat, and ghosts, and some bats. Love that one. Although it's maybe not as colourful as some of my other bits, but I think fair enough. And I'm kind of building my way to having a bit of a sort of Halloween project kind of stash. And actually, with that in mind, I'll show you this one next. So I think we're now kind of moving on to the more kind of stitch alongs that I've done with Caterpillar. So this one, oh, crikey, this is creased. This is Witchy Way. This has been very popular. I've seen this a lot. Let's try and uncrease it. This is another one that I would like to turn into a cushion, I think, just because it's long and thin. I've seen a few people do a cushion finish on it. Oh, let's just show it. Sorry, it's so creased. Oh my goodness, look at that. So this is our witchy street with their spells and potions and all the different shops. What else they got? Beasts, pet shop, potions, the Bat Tavern in the middle. They can go and get all their witch's brew drinks and all that. So yeah, another one that I think I will make into a cushion, and it can just sit in my little cushion spot. Oh, there in my tray. if it's not too big. I'm just looking over. I've got my Easter cushion over on the sofa over there. I think this might be bigger than that. And that just fits in nicely. So we shall see. But yes, I know that one is very popular. I think Halloween patterns in general are very popular. And, you know, why not? Why not? So I think that was a couple of years ago. Which way was the Halloween sale? Wasn't last year. Last year's one I've just finished. So more on that in the next Flosstube. But been the year before. Yes, I think it was. I think it was a 2024 Halloween one. But another sale, this was 2023 Christmas sale they did. And again, this one I've seen a lot subsequently. I think this has been picked up by a lot of people. Sorry, I thought I dropped a needle on the floor there. So this is Winter Wonderland, or is it Winter Wonderland or Christmas Wonderland? Christmas Wonderland. There we go. Love this. Again, I was going to cushion finish this, but I think I might actually get it framed. Just feel like it'll be a nice one to have on the wall. All the different shops and the ice rink in the middle. And anybody who has stitched this will know that ice rink was Death by Light Blue thread. But yeah, it is lovely. Do love this one. And it did take a while to stitch. I think Nikki from Nikki Nat's Crafts is currently stitching this one, and she was saying, oh, I don't like stitching houses, but actually she was quite enjoying stitching a lot of these because they're quite little, just like a little church, a little house, little carts of the different things. And it does feel a bit weird looking at Christmas stuff in nearly May as we are now, but hey, we'll look through it all. If you start stitching it now, it'll be ready for Christmas. Have I got any more? Yes, I've got a couple more sales. So then that was 2023 Christmas sale. The 2024 Christmas sale was this one. This is Holly Jolly Kitchen. They like a bit of Holly Jolly at Caterpillar. There seems to be a lot of things that are Holly Jolly. This was my first foray onto even weave or linen. So this is Holly Jolly Kitchen. I decided to go for even weave on this one. There we go. Because I felt that things were all quite close together. So my counting would be all right. Because I've never done even weave before. And I remember, I think even before it was released, there was a bit of the middle of the pattern on the website. And I actually started it early thinking, oh, I'm just going to see if I can get to grips with this. And if I can't, I will, I'll just have to get some Ada and try it on Ada. But it was all right, actually. And I have stitched a few even weave projects since, as you will have seen in my whip parade, and I love it. The only thing I kind of wish I'd done is I wish I'd changed the mixer here to match the colour of my mixer, because I have like a turquoisey blue KitchenAid mixer, which is my pride and joy. I absolutely love it. But yeah, again, I wanted to put this into a cushion, but now I'm wondering whether it should be framed and put up in my kitchen at Christmas. It's a shame though, isn't it? We have all these lovely, lovely things. Oh, actually, look at the cheese board there. Oh, and then we only have it up for a month or 6 weeks at most. You know, Christmas decorations go up first weekend in December in my house. And then the last one I think was a sal that I did as a sal. This was last kind of spring summer's stitch along. This was Birthday Botanicals. I did get very, very behind with this one, but it did get finished. The reason that I got very behind was because part one was released about this time last year. And this time last year, we had a new addition to our family. We had our little doggy, Bowie, who is probably sitting outside the door just there. Oh no, he isn't actually. He normally sits outside the door with a bit of a Mardy on, going, "Oh, Mummy, why will you not let me in?" He will feature in a video, I'm sure, at some point. I'm sure he'll career in. But yeah, so this is so beautiful. I love this. This is Birthday Botanical, as I said. This was a 14 count Ada kit. I think I decided that there were too many gaps to do even weave on. I don't know. But yes, I remember stitching these the blue flowers, which I think are, I want to say delphiniums, but I don't know. I have to say I'm not very good with flowers. So yeah, that was the, that'll be that the April, May, June. So that's the July flower, which is my little boy's birth month. So quite nice to do that. But yeah, I remember sitting in our sunroom, stitching those, watching like a hawk, watching Bowie like a hawk when he was teeny tiny, and you had to have eyes in the front and back and everywhere, because he was just into everything. Oh, right. I'm going to move away from Caterpillar now for a little bit, and go back to Bothy. So I'm going to open a, ready for the sound. So this one, I bought not with any kind of particular purpose. I just really liked it. I love the colours on it. This is Love Heart. This is a Kim Anderson artwork. Yeah, it's just, I suppose it would be a really nice piece that you could use to like gift to somebody who's getting married. You could put the names and the date and stuff on it. And I did think about it. I think I'd got a friend who was getting married, and I thought, could I gift it? And I don't think I didn't finish it on time or whatnot. It's nice. It's very backstitch heavy, as you can see. It's got metallics, it's got beads, it's the full shebang. But don't let that put you off, because it is a lovely little stitch, and I like the fact that it's lots of little motifs, so you can kind of feel a bit of a sense of accomplishment every time you finish one, and you can sort of backstitch as you go. I think I might have backstitched as I went on that one. This sounds really bizarre, but I think I have a very, very strong memory of stitching this and rewatching Downton Abbey on my little boy's nap times, because I think I did stitch this when he was very small. So yeah, so that's a nice one. I have got another piece that is fully finished, which is a sort of wedding piece that I have for me and my husband, which is already framed and ready to go on the wall. But maybe I could put this one with it. That would be really nice. Oh, another one that's not Caterpillar. Now, this one, I cannot tell you about who the designer is. Oh, there we go. Can't tell you about who the designer is or anything, because it is from, it is from a kit that I got from Aldi. Oh no, I haven't opened this in ages, and there are yellow marks all over the Ada. Oh, that's a shame. It's quite a stiff Ada. I think I should be able to get those marks out. But this is just from a kit that I got from Aldi of various different display items that you could put in a nursery. And it's Dumbo. But yeah, you might not be able to pick it up on camera. Oh, I think you can. There we go. It's got some marks on it, and I don't know where that's come from. That's a real shame. Oh, that makes me sad. Oh. This was definitely stitched when James was really small, because I remember taking it to Lanzarote on his first holiday in 2021. So yeah, and there are other ones like a Bambi. There's Bambi hoop. There's a Dumbo hoop. There's like a little growth chart and stuff, but a lot of it is sitting in my to be started box, which is, funnily enough, bigger than my finishes box that we're going through today. So that one's gonna have to go and sit in and be washed. That's a shame. What have we got now? Oh, we've got a few seasonal bits and bobs. Yes, right. I'll do the life ones. These are all Bothy, all Caterpillar. And these are this is their life, sort of seasonal life series. So again, I've got to open a packet. So we'll start off, we'll do it in order of the ones that I have done. I have done 3 out of the 4. The 4th one I have the pattern for. I won the pattern in one of their stitching socials, which was great. And I've kitted it up. I just haven't got around to doing it. So we start off at the beginning of the year with Spring Life. This is a really good one I could just do as like a sort of flat back project. It could sit on an easel behind me here. For each season of the year. Love the colours on this one. This is so me. So me. There's beautiful pastel spring colours that we all love after the darkness of winter. So that is Spring Life. And then we've got the next one was, where are you? There we go. Summer Life, which is a little bit folded up, so apologies if it is creased. I love the colours on this one too, it's beautiful. Make you want to go and get a Magnum out the freezer. Oh, I love a Magnum. We're getting that time of year again. We're getting to Magnum time of year. So yes, love that. And I do like, as I said before, I do like a typography piece. I do like my letters. And then finally, gosh, it looks like Bowie's chewed a corner of this box. We have autumn. Beautiful colours on that. I love the way that they've got the kind of shadow on the typography so it stands out. It's great. So I've got winter life to do, and that is lovely as well. That's lots of, like, I think greens and purples, and so maybe this coming winter, without wishing to wish 2026 away, maybe I should do it as one of my winter stitches. And keeping with the seasonal theme, one of their things that Caterpillar did previously was kind of tree stitch alongs, and in my first video, my whip parade that I did the other week, you'll see that I've got Hello Holly on the go, which is their like Christmas tree. But before all that, they did seasonal trees, and I've done a couple of them. First one that I did was summer. Oh no, sorry, not even that. Hello Sunshine is what it's called. Beautiful, 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 lovely bright colours. Again, should deserve to be framed really. Probably should get all of them done. I believe there's a Halloween one coming as well. I think that might be the Halloween stitch along for this coming year, which I will get. So that is Hello Sunshine, which is the summer one. And then we've got one that is very dear to my heart for obvious reasons because of the name. Oh, the rustling over and done with. Okay. Is the autumn one, which is Hello Pumpkin. Ties in with my name. And there's some little pumpkins at the bottom and in the tree. I love this one. This shows up so well on camera. I've never put it on camera before, obviously, but it shows up really, really well. And for anybody who was wondering where my alter ego name comes from, Arabella Pumpkin, it was given to me by my mum when I was little. If I was being a bit naughty or a bit mardy, which is another local phrase, a bit tantrumy, you know, you would say, "Oh no, Arabella Pumpkin has come to visit us. Is that Arabella Pumpkin or is that Catherine?" And it's just stuck. Not that anybody calls me it at home, but just, you know, it's not anything that ties to my actual name, so it works quite well. And my little boy, when he was tantruming, he doesn't really do it now. He's a bit older now. My mum used to call him Monty Mandrake. That was it. Right, last one. And it would be wrong to, this has been like the Caterpillar cross stitch show. I promise I do stitch other things as well. I think I just, you know, a lot of this stuff has been from my stitching past where I've been a bit less adventurous. So this one is, oh, this looks great on the navy blue as well. This is the little fairies that they did as a membership piece the first year of that they did Caterpillar cross stitch membership. This is stitched on a lovely kind of, it's not really navy and it's not really not royal blue either, it's kind of in between the two. 14 count Ada that I got, this could be a Hobby Lobby one actually. I think I might have got this from Hobby Lobby when I was in the States, but it looks lovely. And I stitched this a couple of summers ago when I was on holiday in Northumberland. I don't know why I stitched it. I haven't got a little girl that can have it. Maybe I should just put it up in James's playroom anyway. Who cares? Or I should put it up in my room. Anybody who knows me who's watching, if you've got a little girl and you want me to do this for them for their bedroom wall, let me know. But yeah, that was lovely. I've got a maybe I've definitely done the Scandi Fox. Scandi Fox is fully finished and he comes out at Christmas. And I've done the tulips as well, which was one of last year's ones, which which I was very lucky to have finished, and I took to the Keukenhof in Holland to have photos done for it. So yeah, that one that's there from before. And then I've got the Be Creative, which was a cotton and twine sub box a couple of years ago, but it's a Little Dove Designs piece. That's it. Wow, that's been a bit of a marathon. My floor now looks completely covered. So I'm gonna have a good old tidy up after this. So yeah, so thank you so much if you have made it to the end. Another long video, and I think my next one will not be as long. I hope you have enjoyed what you have seen, and it might have inspired you, and I'm sorry if it has enabled you to go and find these kits and stitch them for yourself. If you have liked my videos so far and you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. There is more stuff coming your way very, very soon. Basically, anytime I get to myself, I will try and do some filming. But yes, yep, give it a like, give it a subscribe. You know what to do. And yeah, just thank you again for all the love that I've had on my first video. I am rambling now, so I'm going to go. So until we meet again, goodbye, Stitchers, and see you very, very soon.